Hello, my dear friends. So today I'm gonna talk with how to stay mindful, or let's say aware, throughout the day and throughout our daily life. I would say to start to develop mindfulness, the best would be to go to a retreat center in order to really have the best conditions to start. However, I'm convinced that it's possible also to do it in our modern way of living, I would say. And therefore, I will give you some let's say, prerequisites or conditions to do so, and then I will give you some instructions and one or two methods how to do it. It's important to stay aware as much as possible during the day, because it will nourish your sitting meditation, and as a feedback loop, the sitting meditation will also help you to stay mindful and aware during the day. So these two, I think it's very difficult to sit for 20 minutes in the morning and then just live in a state of oblivion for the rest of the day. Then I think it's not very useful to do it. So the idea is to really try to increase our level of awareness in our during our daily task. So I would say the very first point before even beginning trying to be mindful is to live under a kind of morality code or kind of ethical behavior. So this is an entire subject in itself, so I think I will make another video, but the fact to refrain from speech, action, body misconduct, let's say, will help you, of course, to stay out of trouble and also to have a calm mind in order to stay mindful during the day, even during stressful situations. But I keep that for another video. I would say that before even trying to stay aware, the very first thing you do in the morning when you wake up, the first thing you think, it's better not to think, but in that case you will have to kind of help your mind to be on your side, is just to set a resolve. Meaning that you wake up and you say, okay, today I'll resolve to be mindful. This is, of course, to do your daily tasks, but this is my goal or what I would like to do today. Strong resolve, stay mindful. That doesn't mean that you will succeed 100%, even at the very beginning. It's not possible to be mindful all day long, because it's possible that we have been unaware or living in a state of dream, I would say, for about 3 to 4 decades. So it will be very difficult to shift this mind state or this quality of attention from one day to the next. So it will be gradual, you will see. So the first thing is to set a resolve when you wake up early in the morning. Today I'm gonna be mindful. Okay, during the day it's also important, I think, to bring some interest into the practice, or some kind of curiosity, to say, okay, I have seen these monks or these masters who are able to stay mindful, and there is something about them that for the moment you don't really understand, or you cannot touch really, but you know that there is something different about them. So say, okay, I would like to discover what it is, what is this thing, or what it is to be like them. So kind of curiosity. Oh, even in the two polarities, I would say, oh, this is how it feels to be mindful, or oh, this is how it feels to be unmindful or unaware. And then you can start to compare between the two and to realize for yourself, how do you see the world when you are aware? How do you see the world when you are not aware? How do the tasks that you do feel when mindfulness is present, and how they feel when you are carried away by your thoughts in the past, present, or future? So, oh, no judgment about the fact that you have not been mindful for 20, 30, 45 minutes. If it arises, if you just like, if you are lacking of mindfulness for a certain period of time, you say, oh, this is how it feels. And then you just inquire. And then that means that you're getting experience in between the two different states. So, and if you catch yourself being carried away by the thoughts or being in oblivion, I would say, well, just bring kindness to yourself. Say, okay, what I am trying is not that easy. I can recognize I've been doing the unawareness for many years. I'm trying to do something different now with my mind, and oh, that's difficult. And okay, let's try again. I mean, if you have even 1 hour without mindfulness, it will happen at the very beginning, and we've all been like that when we started. That's okay. Just okay, this is how it feels, this is how I train, how I manage, how I don't manage to do it. And you start to analyze what brings you out of this state of awareness, or what carries you away. And this is how you start step by step to learn how to stay there, or you can also of course learn how to stay out of it. But it's experience, and you will then adjust the ingredients in your practice. I'm looking at my list right here. So the next step would be, I think, to set up a kind of mindfulness bell. So for example, for your on your mobile phone, you can say, okay, every 20 minutes there is this mindfulness bell applications I can set, and every 20 minutes it will ring. So it will be kind of a bing meditation ball, and it's a reminder, because at the beginning you will not be able yourself to remind yourself to be aware. There is an application, I think it's Plum Village. They've built this mindfulness bell, and it's for free, I think. You can set up to every 10 minutes, every 20 minutes. I used to do that when I was at work. So every 20 minutes it would ring. It would annoy me a lot because I would realize that I was really not mindful at all. But just witness that, and then you will notice that the time between the bells when you are mindful just increases. I would say another condition that could help is to simplify your life. At the beginning especially, maybe at the end you might be able to stay mindful even during busy times, but at the very beginning I think it's very important to simplify your life. By simplifying your life, I mean, for example, trying to really remove things from your schedule, because you will have actually to slow down a bit. Um, and also, of course, because you need to make a certain effort, I must admit, to stay mindful, then it's better if you have less things to think about. So, for example, in our modern way of life, we are used to do many things, to multitask. How I would suggest to try to avoid that and to monotask, actually. And you will think that at the beginning you are wasting a lot of time not doing several things at the same time. However, you will realize that the quality of the single task you are doing, which will be totally different. And also the fact that you are doing only one single task with great attention will help you to memorize a lot, and also to think carefully about everything you do, and everything will be much more efficient, actually, because you will uh, do one single thing with great attention, and therefore it will be well done, usually at the right on spot. The moment you do it, you will not forget. You will not have to go back to your house to get your keys, or you will not have to go back to the grocery store because you have forgotten the main ingredient of what you want to cook. Alright, so monotasking is very important. So simplicity in life means also trying to find some time where you are alone, and when you can really practice. Actually, if you have at the beginning the choice between having lunch at the cafeteria with your 20 colleagues, or go to the park and eat silently a sandwich, and then afterwards walk a bit. So this is the kind of simplicity I'm talking about. I think it's very important at the beginning also to reduce any kind of entertainment, such as, of course, I would say, sorry, but reading books, watching, I don't know, TV shows on any social media, and also any kind of, when you are in the car, do not switch on the radio to listen to the news or to listen to music. I would reduce that, because all of these things actually will carry you away from your mindfulness practice. I'm speaking about experience. Actually, I'm still doing it. I manage much more. It's much more manageable right now, but still, I would also avoid any going to the movie theater, because that means that for 2 hours you will be also carried away in the story of someone else. And also I would reduce going to restaurants, or having any kind of parties with not with friends. I think the community is quite important, but the way, if you start to speak with I don't know, 10 or 15 people and you've not developed well your mindfulness practice, then also you will be carried away. As soon as there is another human being just sitting in front of you, then the awareness, if you are not trained, just vanish. So this is, I'm just giving you what works in my opinion. So what are the instructions now? Very simple. During your daily life, at work, when you are transitioning, when you are walking, or when you are just doing the dishes, the instructions are very simple. So usually we say that to stay present. What does it mean to stay present? Or we can talk also about embodied presence. This is actually bringing back your attention into your body, and those are the instructions of the Buddha. So that means that when you move a limb, okay, you are conscious until the last move, until the end of the move, that you are extending your arm, or you have to be aware that you are right now sitting. And if you standing, then when you stand, you keep your intention into your body and you stand. And you know that you're standing. When you are lying down, you are conscious that you are lying down. When you are walking, you are conscious that you are walking. You know that you are walking. So what can help is actually to make some mental notes also. So for example, when you are sitting, okay, you can say to yourself, sitting, sitting, sitting. When you are standing up, standing, 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 sitting, 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 reaching, 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 drinking, 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 cold, 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 drinking, extending, 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 and so on. So those must be some mental notes. Or when you are walking, you can say, okay, walking, walking. You can say also left, right, left, right, left, right. When you are driving, 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 driving. When there is some wanting to do something, wanting to switch on the radio, wanting, wanting, driving. So also the monotask is there. You just drive. You don't drive, listen to the radio, check on the messages, and so on. Okay? So each time you move a limb, brush the teeth. You don't say brush the teeth, but you say moving, moving, moving. Each time you see something, you taste something, you touch something, you can say touching, touching, touching. If it's cold or warm, you can tell yourself warm, cold. About the feeling also. If you start to feel something painful or something pleasant, then you just say feeling, feeling, feeling. If you want it, and if it's helpful, you can characterize the feeling. It's just anger, anger, joy, joy, or despair. And you will see that just the fact to make those mental notes it will somehow help you to have a certain distance. What is important when you use this noting technique is actually to not to say I am touching something, but touching. That means that there is the knowing, there is the touching. It doesn't, it removes, let's say, the personality behind that, behind the action. So it really creates a kind of distanciation that helps to observe what's happening, to make it less personal, or to identify a little bit less with what is happening. So this sounds very, very boring, but you will notice that you will anyway lose your mindfulness quite quite rapidly. So the noting part won't last long at the beginning. It's important also when you have lunch or dinner not to invite any mobile phone at all. So leave it away from the eating room. So I know that at home we are not allowed to bring the cell phone in the kitchen, or even in the car. This is our way to stay mindful as long as we can. Or you can also put an alarm clock on your mobile phone and say, okay, every 2 hours I will check it. It's okay if you're not reachable for a moment of time. I would like also to add that for eating, for your lunch or dinner, well, the best of course is to keep silent. It's very difficult when you have a family, of course. When I have my daughter at home, it's the time I know that we speak together and we communicate. So that's okay. Try to do it mindful, but if you can really have your lunch or dinner alone, it will help. So when you are at lunch, okay, let's blow this candle. Let's say this is my rice bowl. Okay, so it's on the table. You take your spoon, embodied presence. So you can say bringing, 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 chewing, chewing, tasting, tasting when you have a flavor of the tongue, swallowing, 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 reaching, 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 drinking, 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 extending, extending, reaching, reaching, chewing, chewing, swallowing, 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 feeling full, 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 extending, 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 and so on. All right, so first of all, embodied presence, then the noting technique that you can add on it. You will notice at some point you will become very adept at noticing everything you said. When you want something, when you desire something, when you intend for something. I intend to reach the cup. So you will notice your intention to do something. At some point, the noticing or the mental noting will become faster and faster. So then at some point you will need to maybe stop it, because then it will prevent you from seeing many things at the same time. Another way to stay mindful during the day, if you have developed a sitting practice based on the breath as an object, then you can of course stay on the breath. as much as you can as your anchor during your daily task. So you focus on the breath even while washing the dishes. Okay? And also what can help is actually to use a mantra, to repeat a word. I've used the word Buddho, Buddho, Buddho. That means it's the, let's say, the Buddha's nature of everyone. So when you walk, you say Buddho, Buddho, of course mentally, Buddho, 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 in everything you do. So, and then at some point you will notice that the mantra will change shape and will live, let's say, by itself. So it's another technique. So if I just sum up about the instructions, so those are embodying presence, meaning that when you move, it's better to move slowly at the beginning, but okay, opening the door of the fridge, opening, closing. When you go at the grocery store and you choose your apples, putting in the bag. When you go to the toilet, know that you are urinating or defecating, know that you are breathing. Then you can add a mental note, so keep it very simple, but extending, grabbing, walking, standing, sitting, walking, left, right, left, right, left, right, opening, 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 switching, driving, staying on the breath while during your activity, and adding a mantra. So first of all, develop a morality code for yourself. I will come back to that. Then set up a resolve in the morning. Bring interest and curiosity in your practice, being non-judgmental. I mean, we have this mind that is not very, we are often not very kind with ourselves, and that's a pity. So let's not add another layer of judgments. Bring kindness into your practice, even if you've been unaware for a very long moment. You can set up a mindfulness bell. Try to simplify your life as much as possible. Try to monotask. You will see that you will be actually more efficient in what you are doing because your mind will be clear. Try at the beginning at least to reduce as much as possible any kind of entertainments, and the instructions that I've just gave 2 minutes before. So I hope that these instructions will be helpful for you, will help you to start a mindfulness practice or to stay mindful during your daily task, even in our modern times. If you have any question, of course you can ask them in the comments, or you can of course contact me by email. And I wish you a very nice practice.